That'll work. There you go. Hey, everybody. Welcome into Radio Misfits podcast platform. Proudly presents Pugs and Parker's Pillow Pundits. Hey, look, it's Parker. Parker's here. And there he is. It's Parker. Oh, look at him. He's boozing. This is the second of two streams that I do each and every day here on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. The first one, we call that High Noon. Come one, come all. Every day at noon, I'll run you down all the things that are happening in the world. Oh, it's official. YouTube says we're streaming. Whether it's current events, trending topics, all headlines, whatever it is that's making news and people are buzzing about, I'll give you a quick little, I'll nutshell it for you. That's what we do at noon. This is a little different. This is just, look at me, he's doing shots. I can't do shots. This is more conversational. This is more silly. This is more, hey, whatever happens. I can't do shots, man. I have a terrible cold. Hey, why do you have a cold, Pugs? Well, maybe because it was 0 for like 2 days, and then it was 70 today. Maybe that has something to do with me having a cold.
I'm not doing shots. I'm sipping.
I'm
sipping.
Was it a nice sipping whiskey?
Yes, it's from one of the finest batches of Fireball.
Okay. Okay.
So I don't get full of myself here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, well,
keeps me humble.
Yeah. It does keep you humble. Keeps you rooted right in the trailer park. Just keeps you right. Surprised you know. No, that's fine. That's he likes that stuff. He enjoys it. Too sugary for me. I get hangovers too easily with sweet stuff. And if I'm going to drink, it's going to taste terrible, and it's going to remind me that I'm doing this for a reason, to get drunk. And yeah, I don't need I don't think I've ever tasted that though. I should probably taste
Fireball?
like cinnamon, right? Does it taste like cinnamon, or does it taste like whiskey, but you just chewed some like cinnamon gum?
It tastes, like Hot Damn is the schnapps. This is to whiskey.
I don't know what Hot Damn is. I don't know what that is.
Cinnamon schnapps. Hot Damn is like
Oh Christ, no! I know. I'm the only schnapps that I know are like the Wisconsin schnapps, and those are all like raspberry brandies and stuff like that. We don't do cinnamons.
Okay, I have nothing else to reference it then.
but cinnamon. Cinnamon would be the good reference.
Well, it's not like cinnamon. Like horchata is kind of like got a cinnamon hint, or like apple cider has a cinnamon hint. It's like a cinnamon grenade blew up in your mouth.
What is horchata? What is that? I don't know what that is. What's that?
You don't have any Mexican friends? It's rice milk with like
yeah, right. Mexican friend.
And Roberto Garza wasn't Mexican enough for you.
Yeah.
But I bet he knows what it is. It's like rice milk with like cinnamon and like nutmeg in there.
Oh, is that the stuff that's in the big plastic container when you go to like taco shops and it's bubbling? It looks like
sometimes it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's kind of milky looking. It's like a watered down milk. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So what does that taste like? Because I've always looked at that and went, no. But I've seen people order it.
Okay,
so it's something people like.
So you've had milk, you've had almond milk, you've had like variations, right? Now just imagine what the rice version of it is, and you're probably really close, but add sugar and add cinnamon, and some restaurants put nutmeg in it, and people like to get a little fancy because they got like the little family recipes. Like some people will put like brown sugar in it instead of regular sugar. People like to do their little variations of it.
So let me tell you what you're describing to me. All right, this is what you're describing. This is what it sounds like. Tell me if I'm close to this. I happen to love rice pudding. That sounds like rice pudding you can drink. That's what that sounds like.
You know what? That really is what it tastes like. It tastes like rice pudding smells.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'll try it. I'll have to try. What, you drink it cold? It's got to be cold over ice, something like that.
I almost always have it cold, but not necessarily on ice. It comes either way. I've seen both. I bet you in restaurants it's always in ice, but not at people's houses.
Going to this little taco shop all the time, and they got it in one of those plastic containers. There's a white one, and then there's like some orange stuff. And the white stuff I always look at and go, that looks like milk. Who would come and drink milk with?
Right.
What's it called again?
Horchata. See how Byron spelled it over there?
Byron.
Horchata. So if you see that word on the menu, that's exactly what it is.
All right.
But there's a lot of restaurants in DFW. Like if you go there and they don't speak English, they probably have horchata and it's probably good.
I've had them. I mean, I'm not had them. I've seen
Yes,
them
Glenn,
everywhere.
thank you. Have you seen rum chata? Rum chata is like alcoholic horchata.
I've heard of rum chata.
Okay. Well,
So that's just like, so it's like when you juice up like eggnog, you just put some alcohol in it.
kinda. It's more like how would you put this? Like dang. Screw it. I got
All right,
nothing.
never mind. Hey, what do you say we get down and we do a little bit of a monologue? Here we go. Each and every day, we welcome to the
Yes.
stage here in the
Can do
Comfort Nest, high above the 1%er compound in beautiful sunny downtown Highland Park, Texas. He is the global sensation, the man of mirth, a comedy legend in his own mind. He is James Herman Parker.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Joe Rogan's in hot water for saying the N-word a whole bunch of times. The good news for the podcaster is he just signed an endorsement deal with Cracker Barrel.
Hey.
Maryland teacher Keisha Thorpe won the $1 million Global Teacher Prize. They give it out to the best teacher of the year. She has an amazing record. She's been teaching for 5 years, never even kissed a student.
Look at that.
Don't. During a traffic stop in Pelahatchie, Mississippi, police arrested 2 men and seized 213 pounds of cocaine out of the trunk of their car.
Oh,
Experts say that's enough to supply Hunter Biden for 5 days.
Look at that. Interesting. Shows your political affiliation. You went with Hunter Biden and not Don Jr. But continue, please.
Well, I mean, we have video of Hunter smoking it with prostitutes.
I'm pretty sure we've got video of Don Jr.
Show me the video. He'll be in the next monologue. I like making fun of all cokeheads. U.S.-born figure skater Zhu Yi, who's competing for Team China in the Winter Olympics. Good news is she fell flat on her face in the opening round of the Olympics.
That was my bad. That was... Sorry.
Anyway, Zhu Yi has just signed an endorsement deal of her own. This one's with Trader Joe's. See, Trader Joe's instead of Trader.
Trader.
You can boo it. It wasn't.
Oh!
It's a pun.
Trader as in traitor, not in trader. Like, yeah, I get you.
You see what I did there? Happy birthday to Garth Brooks. I don't want to say he's getting old, but he has a new song called I've Got Friends in Assisted Living.
You told me to boo you on that one.
You can. It's stupid.
I like that one.
It's a stupid joke. All right. Happy birthday to Bobby Brown. He turns 53 today. If you want to send him a gift, he's registered at Cracks Fifth Avenue.
I like that one too. Those are two good slam birthday jokes. I like them.
Yeah, and finally, one more birthday joke. We got room for one more, Pugs?
Why not?
Yeah, happy birthday. It's both bassist Duff McKagan. It was his birthday over the weekend, and I believe it was Axl Rose's birthday yesterday, and I don't want to say they're getting old, but they have a new song called Welcome to the Villages. Yeah, instead of the jungle, it's the villages because they're like old.
I get it. What was the Garth Brooks one? I got friends.
I got friends in assisted living. Yeah.
Stupid. I know. I love that one.
I
don't know why. Okay. Sometimes you're chief comedy writer. Sometimes he nails them. That was pretty good.
Well, the real art is mastering the bad joke, and then there's no kryptonite left. I can make hay out of anything.
That's true.
Right.
No, but look, I would say that 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Sorry, I took some cold medication, so I'm a little bit slurry. So I guess I have been drinking. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 are just like eye rollers. But you had 2 today that were really strong. They were both birthday jokes. Wee.
Cracks Fifth Avenue.
I like that one too. All right, let's do a little moment of joy. This isn't a moment of joy. This is okay. It's a video that I wanted to show, and I guess it fits because this is where I show a video. But all right, can we just not with this stuff? Look at this. All right, so this is Joey Chestnut. You see Joey Chestnut?
Jaws.
Is that his nickname?
Yeah, that's what the kids on the street are calling him, man. That's what all cool kids call him, Jaws.
No,
that's his nickname. No, like his name's not really John Bones Jones. They just threw Bones in there. So
Right.
This is kind of a forced nickname, but that's what it is. He's Joey Jaws Chestnut.
Oh. John Jones's bones was shortened. The name is actually Johnny Break Your Bones Jones. That's what it originally was. And then that was too wordy. So now it's just Johnny Bones Jones. And it rolls better.
Yeah, it doesn't fit as good on a t-shirt.
No, break your bones Jones isn't it doesn't really roll. So okay, so first of all, let me set this up. This is some bull crap. So it looks like this team just came off the field, right? They're still in their uniforms. Some of these guys have dirt on them. And it's like, all right, good game, nice win. Now compete against Joey Chestnut. I mean, you can't eat right after. You might be able to eat like a half hour after a game. But what is this? This is a very unfair advantage, I feel, for Joey Chestnut. And also, shouldn't he be fatter? I didn't know what Joey Chestnut looked like until just about 20 minutes ago when I saw this video. I thought he was a big fat guy.
No. In fact, the top female eater is Tiny. Her nickname's the Black Widow, and she's like 115 pounds.
Well, who's the other one? Ichiro? What was the other guy's name? What's his name? The Japanese guy who was good.
Oh, yeah. Kobayashi.
Kobayashi. Okay, yeah. That guy, he's skinny too, right?
Yes, very much so.
What? Okay, I will say this. Joey Chestnut is not in good shape. I mean, look, you can see he's got a little bit, he's got a belly, and so he's not super skinny. The Chinese dude was real skinny. He was, but, they starve their people over there. Nah, Pugs, he's Japanese, not China. Sorry. Don't want to go all Joe Rogan on you and say something that, would get me fired.
I don't know.
Okay, so I don't get this guy. But you sound like you're all for this stuff. I don't get this. What do you applaud this career choice?
I have respect for it because this guy is making millions from being able to stuff his face. I also have respect for him because a friend of mine, my former co-host, ended up interviewing him one time. He's like, dude, what's your secret? And I don't know if he tells us to every interviewer, but he's like, I eat a buttload of lettuce like a day or two before, and it expands in your stomach and blows it up. And so when it's time to just put it down, you stretch your stomach out. So I didn't know that there was actually a method, to enlarging your stomach. And so he actually has to work it. Like some people lift weights, some people just squat with 600 pounds on their shoulders. He bombs lettuce, drinks a ton of water, and the roughage just blows his stomach up.
I guess.
I know. It's kind of weird. Okay, here, let me tell you exactly what I hate about this. I've been in like eating contests before, like at Duke's. Can you eat like 20 chicken wings or whatever in 2 minutes or what? And it's such a miserable, god awful experience by the time you're done, when you're just choking down the last of it and you can't eat anymore. And so when I watch these people do that, like 3 or 4 pieces of pizza into it, I'm like, they're probably in that phase already where every bite they just want to barf, they just want to gag. And I just start to feel like, like when you get all salivated up, like you're about to puke. Like I have a Pavlovian reaction to watching this where I remember getting sick from doing things like this.
I was a competitive eater in my early days when one of my first bits in radio was that my host used to make me eat ridiculous amounts of food for his own enjoyment. It turned out I was pretty good at it. But I guess in the world of competitive eating, Joey Chestnut would be a sprinter, whereas I was a marathoner. Like I would be given 90 minutes to see how much I could eat. Did a thing once where it was like, they stocked the refrigerator. They said, how much of the refrigerator can you eat in 90 minutes? That was,
Was it miserable?
Yes, it was awful.
Like
but anything
I threw up.
It was, well, that's the rule. My rules were 90 minutes. How much could you eat in 90 minutes? And you cannot throw up for at least an hour afterwards. So you had to hold it all in for at least an hour. Yeah, I know. It was, and I mean, it was awful thing. It was like 15 egg McMuffins, 10 hash brown. It was like crazy stuff. I once ate like a 10-pound steak. Like
God,
it's just like 10 pounds. That ruined me. That, I'm telling you, I'm surprised we didn't have to have new plumbing put in the apartment, because for like the next couple of days, it was bad.
Right. It's been a lot of time on the throne, huh?
And after like half a pound of steak, this is how I describe it. I may as well have been a cannibal. I was just eating flesh. After like half a pound, it was just like, It was just
not enjoyable at all. It's torturous.
Oh, it was terrible. And I always won. I was never, nobody ever beat me. Yeah, I went up against professional football players. They'd come in and try and beat me, and big giant dudes. Somehow I was actually good at it, as it turns out. It started out as just a bit, but I was actually, yeah, but I was like a marathoner. This, I don't know if I could do it like the really fast thing. All right, so let's watch this. I don't get this. I don't understand this. Here's your moment of joy if this is what you're into. What, I don't know if this is a college team. Looks like maybe, SEC. Okay, so it's like what, Coastal Carolina? And what are those, like Little Caesars pizzas? Look at this. Oh my God. Yes, this is a purely American thing. Absolutely. Ain't doing this in Somalia. I like the technique, though. I like that he's eating 2 pieces of pizza at a time like a sandwich. I'm guessing the water must play some sort of strategic role.
It does. It's a lubricant.
Yeah.
And anything with bread in it will dry out your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
You can't swallow it without the water.
Yeah.
This looks miserable.
It looks awful. First of all, you garbage pizza, and it's just, look at 63, big old lineman. He ain't doing so well.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop! You won, dude.
Did he? Yeah, he won. That's stupid. Yes, exactly. You don't find this in India. Okay.
The pizza eating champion, Joey Dog.
There's your Jaws. There you go. All right. What's that they say? What's that they call us? The ugly Americans? Is that what they call us over in other parts of the world? I don't get it. Here's what I don't get. First of all, I'm with you. I applaud the idea that he has become a millionaire off this. Okay. He's going to be dead by 55. Something awful is going to happen to his stomach, and he's going to end up with like multiples. So this is a young man's sport. I'm guessing this is not a sport for an older man with gastrointestinal issues, because I got to believe that eating like this gives you gastrointestinal issues.
I think you might be 180 degrees wrong on this one. I think as you age, you know how like your skin gets saggy? I mean, like, look how droopy my face is, and I'm only in my mid-40s. I'm starting to get like the little dog jowls and stuff on the side, right? Like a bulldog. I imagine like your stomach tissue might go through the same sort of, elasticity issues where it just, why not just get bigger and bigger? In fact, he keeps breaking his own records, and it's getting absolutely ridiculous because the longer he does this, the better he does it. We just don't have any examples of a long-term dude doing this for a few decades. So we're all finding out in real time whether or not age will be an advantage. And so far the science says it might. When do you reach
science? What science?
Yeah. The science, Nathan's hot dog contest is the metric, and if you look at his finishes from year to year, there's a trend line up to where we haven't found what I don't know, peak engorging looks like. Peak eating, peak stomach capacity. It's like peak oil or peak gold, or when they think we're going to run out of a mineral of some sort.
All right. Water tops the list of health concerns for competitive eating. I just Google searched what are the health issues associated with competitive eating. But these are all short term. These nausea, vomiting. I'm looking for like long term. Like
we don't know. There's not enough of a record to even know.
There's really not. There's not. Joey Chestnut, Molly Schuyler, Sonia Tom. These here are the big names.
Sonia is the Black Widow.
Black Widow? Come on. That's that pool shooting girl. You gotta have your own. If you're a female athlete, you gotta have your own nickname. You can't
Bro,
just.
I wouldn't be surprised to have a Black Widow and everything female related. It's a cool nickname. Someone's going to be the Maverick. Someone's going to be the Black Widow. Someone's going to be the Iceman.
Let's see. Let's check in on Kobayashi because he doesn't do it anymore. This dude is super skinny.
Well, Kobayashi did not get beat out of the contest. He was basically pushed out because he didn't want to follow the same rules.
Well, what rules? How do you know so much about competitive eating? How is this like something that you just have all the answers to?
Because I've been doing stupid talk radio shows for 20 years, man. This comes up a lot.
Does it?
Yes.
Kobayashi, described as the godfather of competitive eating. Kobayashi is a 6-time champion of Nathan's hot dog eating contest and is widely credited with popularizing the sport of competitive eating. Let's see, 2009. Looks like he stopped around 2014. On August 4th, 2014, Kobayashi set a new world record at Let Them Eat, Canada's biggest pizza eating contest, by eating 62 slices of pizza, 15 and a half pizzas in 12 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Records. Oh, I should do Joey Chestnut, but I was more interested in why I don't hear about Kobayashi anymore. Here are some of Kobayashi's world records. Bunless hot dogs. 110 bunless hot dogs in 10 minutes. Oh my God.
Where's he even fit, man? When is it?
Just thinking about that is going to make me vomit. Oh, I'm thinking of like boiling hot dog water. Oh God.
Dude, that's so gross.
He then did bunless hot dogs. He did 60 bunless hot dogs in 2 minutes at the Texas State Fair in 2012. Rice balls. He did 150 rice balls, 20 pounds of rice balls in 30 minutes. You know what? I can't.
You just added 20 pounds to your body mass from what you ate. That's crazy math to think about.
There's got to be some pooping problems. There's got to be injuries. There's got to be things.
There's probably also, like, just like he works out his stomach, his intestines have to be in phenomenal shape. He has to have Olympic intestines at this point.
What's up with Joey Chestnut? Where'd he come from? And he's young. Joey Chestnut's 38 years old.
38, yeah.
Where's he from? Oh, he's from Fulton County, Kentucky. Professional competitive eater. World records held. How much money is he? That's what I want to know. I want to know how much money are these.
Okay, so let me go backwards because it's more impressive if you go backward. Well, no, maybe I'll go forward. Let's just say like about the time when this was getting popular, like around here we go, 1979, 1978. That's when they started changing the minutes to what they are now, 10 minutes. All right. So that first year, 1979, when you had a 10-minute contest, because before that was 6.5 minutes, before that was 3.5 minutes. Now they do either 10 or 12 minutes. I think they did 12 for a long time. Yeah, they're back to 10 minutes. Okay. So when it started on this time frame in 1979, the guy who won it, there was 2 guys that tied at 10, and then they had to have an eat off later, so 3.5. So we're talking about the dude who won it in 1981, 11 hot dogs. The guy who won it in 1984, 10.5 hot dogs. So that's where we were before this thing really blew up, right? 10. There's a guy in 1989 at 8.15. In 1990, it was 15. And then it starts taking off. 21, 19, 17, 18, 20, 22. And then skip forward to Kobayashi, right? It gets up to 25, and then when Kobayashi shows up for his first contest in 2001, he eats 50. So he just doubled it, right? He doubled the record from 2000 to 2001. And the guy who won it in 2000 was Kazuto Arai, which is, hey, another Japanese.
You are reading this.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely reading this. You think I have this memorized? Jesus Christ.
Way. Yes, I did for a minute.
All right. So it just jumps. It goes from like 15 to 20, and then this other Japanese dude gets 25. Kobayashi shows up, and he eats 50. Blows everyone away. 50. All-time world record set. The guy who got second place that year was Kazutoyo, the guy who won it the year before, and he ate 31.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
Joey
So
Chestnut,
Kobayashi changed everything. Joey Chestnut shows up in 2007. He beats Kobayashi 66 hot dogs. So then it kind of climbs up from there, and the new record, he just said it last year, 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Joey Chestnut is worth $2 million.
Oh, I'm surprised it's not more.
That's not even successful DJ money. You know, like medium market, long term, legendary DJ makes more than that. That's not. I would think he would be way more. Kobayashi is worth $3 million. Again, Kobayashi's been around for 20 years now. I've been hearing his name forever. Only 3 million. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you know, I mean, I'll take it. That's it's nice to not have to dig ditches for a living, I suppose. But oh my God, I really thought that there'd be more money in it than that. You know, I thought that like, how come Joey Chestnut ain't doing commercials for like Red Baron Pizza or something? You know what I mean? Like, how come he's not?
Right, he should be doing a ton. You're totally right on that.
We need to get into the agency game. We need to represent these guys because whoever is representing these guys, they're not doing that. Like, how much did he make for that video we just saw? He probably made what, like $5,000? You know, I mean, like he should be making way more than that. I mean, Joey, baby, you're a star. What are you doing? Selling yourself shorts.
I have that feeling like we should be in the agency business way too often, and it happens during the news a lot. You remember that girl last year, and she was in New Orleans. She was on the West Bank, and she thought she mixed up Gorilla Snot, which is a hair styling product, with Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, I remember her.
She should be in a Gorilla Glue commercial like right now. She should be like everywhere on TV. She should be on billboards. She should be on like your little pre-roll ads when you're trying to watch a YouTube video. She should be their spokesman because she should just show up with her pretty little, light blue contacts or whatever and be like, listen, y'all, this stuff really works. All right. They had to like surgically remove it from my scalp. All right. You remember me, the idiot that used it in her hair? Yeah. Gorilla Glue is for real. Like, that's it.
Don't sell her short. She can do hair care products. You know, she can be like, remember me? This is what happens when you don't use Prowl or I don't know, whatever shampoo, right?
Right. Dapper Dan, it's way better than Gorilla Glue.
These guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's a guy about 50 yards away from me who's got more money than Kobayashi and Joey Chestnut. I mean, they should have more money.
All of your neighbors have more money than Kobayashi.
Yes, that's 2-3 million. That's not enough to live in this neighborhood. That's and yet these guys are famous.
That's living above the garage money.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a nice condo. That's nice condo money. Maybe you have a family. It's going to be a little bit thinner. That's a middle class neighborhood money. Because these guys, we were extrapolating that. You're talking about what a guy who goes to work every day would make over the course of a lifetime be able to have that. I don't see these guys. You know what I mean? That's they're all right. They don't really have jobs other than this, and they don't make $1 million or $3 million a year. This is like cumulative, at least according to Celebrity Net Worth. Go ahead, Jim.
Well, maybe he's made like $20 million and he's just spent it. He's frivolous. I doubt that's the case.
Hey, by the way, let me just jump right in her first. Bonnie Reith, she had a good idea. She said, "I got friends in assisted living. I immediately started hearing what the Weird Al version of this song would be." Mm-hmm. Yeah, why isn't you? Yeah, why isn't Weird Al done that? That's a good one, Bonnie. I like it. All right, James.
So there's a town in Florida called Mary Esther. Isn't that a stupid name for a town?
Mary Esther. It's it sounds like a very nice woman who makes incredible corn muffins.
Custard or some other food. I don't know what it is.
Corn muffins.
So in Mary Esther, there was a guy in 2019 that was running for city council, and the guy he was running against did a little opposition research, and he's like, "Where's this guy coming from? He's not another politician. We don't know what his record is. He just showed up with a ton of money and wants to be in politics. He's a successful local businessman who just thought, this is what I'm going to do with my money. I don't have a wife and kids." And just so in the absence of his wife and kids, it turns out he's been renting out his house on Airbnb, which he lives almost adjacent to the beach, not on the beach, but really close, in a very popular Airbnb section to begin with. He's got a 5-bedroom house. So 4 of the bedrooms are open. And he lists it as a 420 friendly adult fun zone. where if you would like to participate in whatever adult activities you choose, there are 16 different places for you to sleep if you count all the beds and the couches that fold out and everything. It can accommodate 16 people if they all these adults want
Sounds like
to
a great spring break Airbnb.
sound.
Bunch of college
Well,
kids.
it's also posted on these swinger sites
Oh, geez, here we
as
go.
well. So it's not just Airbnb. They kept looking around and they found multiple postings on multiple different sites. And it turns out he's been able to make a little bit of money doing this, and people take him up on the offer. I didn't know this was nearly so popular. Kind of jealous. But he also just throwing it out there. He says, look, if you want a tour guide to show you around the strip, or, if you want me to, help participate, in the festivities, that's cool. If you want me to get lost while you're here, I can do that as well. So this guy's been working himself into a
hang
bunch
out
of
and watch.
yeah, but he's been renting out his house for swingers parties, and maybe sometimes he gets to dip his ink in the company well or whatever, gets to have an orgy or two while making a little money on the side. This is this guy's hobby.
All right.
And I don't know if that's why he lost in 2019.
Might have something to do with it.
Well, I don't know. That might be a plus in Mary Esther, Florida. It's on the beach. You know where Fort Walton and Destin is? It's just a tiny little hamlet of about 3,000 people that squish between that and like an Air Force base of some sort.
I got to be honest with you. I only recognize Miami. The whole rest of the state of Florida, I have no.
Okay,
knowledge.
well, think Panhandle, and it's not like a exotic international city like Miami. It's like South Alabama is what it is, but it's on the beach. It's a really nice beach though, super beach. So this swinger dude. The problem with his Airbnb is where he lives, it's not zoned for short-term rentals. And so since 2019, and he lost the election, when that other guy that was running against him got into a position of power, was making sure that the powers that be were fining this dude. And so he's accumulated like $14,000 worth of fines. And he's not paying the fines. He's fighting it. And now he's running for mayor.
Okay.
Yeah. So not only did he not learn his lesson, and he's like, well, my lawyers are disputing, the veracity of the fines, and what I do in my own
Is he
home.
disputing the charges? I mean, whether the fines are fair or not is one thing, but is he disputing the charges?
No, he's not disputing that at all. Apparently, he's
Caught me. I'm into some kink.
Yeah, hey, so what? What, I sleep with a bunch of beautiful women who come down here on vacation, and
And also the 420 thing. Marijuana is not legal in Florida, so he's running for public office and he's openly, flouting the law.
Well, if you've got some charges or evidence, why don't you bring them up in the meantime? Sounds like you got nothing, Pugs.
That's
But yeah,
fair. I'm just throwing it out there.
I know. And if I see a guy like that, and people ask me, "Are you going to vote for him?" I'm like, I don't know. Is he going to balance the budget? Like, I give a rip if he's doing swingers parties. I don't care.
Yeah, but I'm guessing no. I'm guessing that just based on his, personal history, he's probably not going to be a very serious person.
Why not? Some
like a serious person. He sounds like a kinky weirdo. And, I guess maybe, Kennedy was a kinky weirdo and people thought he was a serious person. So
that's exactly where I'm going. Yeah. And look, you have to be somewhat successful if you're just chilling in a 5-bedroom house adjacent to the beach, and he has some other income besides this. This is just his hobby. And he seems to be holding it together. I mean, most people can't afford a 5-bedroom house with 16 accommodations for sleeping, 4 separate public spaces for hanging out, like den, living room, whatever. That's how it's listed. It's a nice house.
A guy who's worked with, no kids and no ex-wives should be able to afford something like that. If right, he's got no family, right? Isn't that one of the things about him? He's just a single guy who's.
The write-up didn't mention anything about a wife or kids. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
I don't think he has them. I read a couple stories on it. I was trying to figure out more about this dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
John says, Dennis Hoff was kinky and ran for office. Then he mysteriously died. I don't think there was any real mystery about why he died. He was a pretty unhealthy dude. He was into all kinds of things that could kill a much younger man. I'll just leave it at that. Much younger men. Much younger. racehorses have died from the things that he was doing regularly.
Yeah, if Lamar Odom is seizing up and foaming at the mouth, I don't think Dennis
Right.
Hoff has much of a chance.
Right. A 70-year-old fat guy with high blood pressure and
No,
but
hey,
John,
that's okay,
his
John.
death was described as mysterious. I was like, "Well, what killed him?" And then, like, I remember
Could be anything. Yeah,
being like, "Yeah,
we may never know.
I got an idea." Just being around.
Right, and I like how everyone dropped it when Bob Saget died. It's like, y'all, he's only 65, so you know what that means.
We don't know yet, right?
We don't know, but come on, we know, and it's
haven't-
okay. I hope people say that about me when I die.
I don't know, man. I don't know about Bob Saget. Apparently, I don't know. I think people his age just die. People have heart attacks all the time, undiagnosed heart disease, all that kind of
Bro,
stuff.
this is 2020. This isn't 1989. People don't die at 65 just bleh.
Yeah, well, okay. We're not gonna go down.
I know. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, I just don't think that's settled science on Bob.
Well,
Saget.
I also think he might be on the Parker plan where, I got to dabble in the really fun stuff, when I was single and in my 20s before I had like a career and things I could flush my life down the toilet
right
with.
before you had kids that needed shoes.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, when I started in radio, most of that just went away because I had to like wake up at the super early crack of dawn and I couldn't, be showing up at station events messed up, and I had to be presentable and dress nice and all that crap. So
oddly enough, with my experience in radio, that hasn't stopped many successful radio jocks.
Yeah, right. Who are these?
That's how they're able to wake up so early.
Yeah, well, that I do not have that level of balls, dude. I'm not risking my career for that. I don't like it that much. But I've always thought when I'm on the other end, like my kids are grown and I've either paid for their college if they went to college or not, or once all my obligations are done, I would like to go back to that world.
Yeah, I've said that too. I used to say at 70 I want to try heroin, but now as I get closer to 70, I've moved that up to 80. Where 80, I'm thinking I might become a junkie, just because why not?
Oh, I know, right? Dude, and like you hear all these commercials on talk radio or like when you're watching CNBC or Fox Business or whatever, where they've got like the Australian Dream or the Emu Oil. They always got some sort of pain cream. I'm like, are y'all just in pain all the time? Like, is that what I have to look forward to? You just wake up, you're in pain. I got to rub this cream. I got Ben Gay or I've got Icy Hot or they're always rubbing like pain crap on them. They're just selling a lot of that stuff. So I'm like, hang on, if you're just going to be in pain like 24 hours a day when you're 80, heroin. It's a natural opiate. I mean, concentrated opiate.
Maybe crack. You a little bit slower getting around. Methamphetamine. Why not? Why not try it? Try it all.
And if you don't like it, then you don't do it.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're gonna like it though, because that's sort of the main problem about it. Is that people like it. It ain't bad. It's not.
So the real problem. Yeah. Right. So there's really only two big problems with drugs. Is number one is it's really bad for your health, and number two, it's really bad financially. You can't afford it, and you could screw up your career and lose your job and all that. But once you're retired, say you have a little bit of a cushion there as far as money goes, so you don't have to worry about ruining your career. Hell, you already did it and you're already finished, so you can't lose your job. You don't have to be at work at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m, whatever hell we put ourselves through. So that's all gone. So as long as the financial and career incentive in there, then health is what's left. And if you're like 80 and in failing health, you may be in the mood to just speed up the process.
What do you care?
Right. It's been a good run. If I die at 81, that's not a loss. That's not a tragedy. At least I'll die with a big fat smile on my face, chasing a dragon.
You die at 80, nobody is going, oh, he's so young. No, the narrative becomes, oh, what a life he lived. That's what happens today. So why not? You're playing with house money if you get to be 85, something like that.
Right.
Enjoy, do whatever you want. Every depiction I have ever seen of junkies seems like they're having a wonderful time. Until
they are. They are.
Until the bad stuff happens, but that's because they stop. So don't stop. You're 80. What does it matter?
Right. And no one's going to slip anything in my drink and rape me in the back of a rave.
You're 80. That's gross.
Yeah. Nobody wants me.
Just tie off on your couch in the assisted living facility and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and I also kind of I was inspired by the Ricky Gervais show Afterlife. Did you ever see that?
No, but I'm going to start watching it because a good friend of mine just recently, in the last couple of days, told me that I need to start watching it. I hear this new
Man,
season.
I thought you would have watched it like 5 years ago.
No, and I love Ricky.
Oh, what?
I
Yeah,
just for some reason
yeah,
I've never.
you do, and you've never seen him do something like this, where, dude, this dude's gonna make you cry. You're gonna cry,
That's I hear it's terrific.
and like 3 of the episodes in the first season, you're gonna cry. Like
Okay.
you're man. But the premise is, and I'm not spoiling anything because it's the whole damn
His
show.
wife dies, right?
Yeah, but they got married and they never had kids, and so she dies of cancer, and they're in their mid-50s, and he has nothing to live for. He doesn't have kids. He doesn't have to take care of himself. He's already met his soulmate, lived a beautiful life with her for 30 years. They had a great marriage. Everything was perfect, and so now that she's gone, he's like, man, why not just try heroin?
Does he try it?
Yeah,
Does
he
he?
does. Well,
Does
there's this junkie that, begs for money every time he's going to work. He walks to work. And so one day he's like, look, I know you're just going to go buy drugs with it. He's like, no, I'm not. He's like, shut up. Go get me some too. And he's like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, you know what? Get a little extra for yourself. He's like, okay. And so he brings it back to the house. He's like, come on, let's do some heroin.
Does he like it though, or is that you're going to spoil it for me?
Don't let me spoil that. I don't want to tell you that much.
Leslie doesn't like it. Rob does. You do. My friend, who I really trust with TV, he likes it. Maybe it's a guy versus girl thing.
Well,
Maybe.
it is. No. Leslie's right. It's awful, but it's also like awful, like the way The Office is awful. Remember Ricky Gervais in the Office?
Oh, yeah.
And so it's horrible. Like you're like, I can't even watch this. Like, this is so awful. It's that kind of. I don't want to say cringe comedy because it's not all comedic in Afterlife, but
I have heard other people say it's the best thing he's ever done, and that's a lot from the guy who did The Office and Extras. And I mean, yeah. All right.
Well,
so
previous to the Extras was great too, especially the David Bowie episode.
I love Extras. I think Extras is better than The Office, and I can't find Extras anywhere. It's not on the Showtime app. It's not on Hulu. It's not on any.
It's the HBO show, so wouldn't it be on
HBO
HBO Max?
I thought it was Showtime. It's HBO. Yeah,
I think HBO.
I don't think it's on HBO Max either. Yeah. Anyway, I looked for it like a year ago because I wanted to re-binge Extras because first of all, Kate Winslet in Extras is so funny. She's
right.
Just like a pig woman. She's just an awful human being, and she's playing herself. I just thought it was so funny. And then I'll tell you this much too about Extras. Did you see the series finale, the hour-and-a-half movie? Extras?
No.
You must see that. It is the best series finale I've ever seen. It is so good because he becomes a big celebrity. He finally makes it. He's no longer just an extra. He gets a role on a super popular sitcom, and he becomes like the star of the sitcom.
Beyond the one where he has the catchphrase and he has to wear the stupid wig.
No, it's that one, and he becomes like Gilligan. Like that's all he's ever allowed to do.
Maybe I have seen that then.
He ends up dropping out of a celebritydom, and he's got this big pile of cash, but he earned it doing something that he doesn't respect because he doesn't respect the show that he was on. He hates it. He can't walk down the street without people going, "Hey, how's ya?" or whatever the catchphrase is, and he gets into fights with people, and he hates it.
Yeah, what's the catchphrase? I forgot it.
Hey, how's ya? I don't know what it was. But he ends up in the final episode. It's in 1 hour and a half. It's an hour-and-a-half movie. It's a movie, full movie. He ends up getting back into fame. Like he decides he wants to come back. He wants to make a comeback, and he ends up on the British version of Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh man, that's so fantastic.
He's on with a bunch of influencers and YouTubers, and he's just a miserable. Oh, it's so good. It is so good.
Because he thinks he's above all that.
Right. He thinks he's a Shakespearean actor.
But he hadn't done crap.
He didn't make it as a Shakespearean actor. He made it as like some guy on a really lowest common denominator sitcom that he's embarrassed by. But it made him a lot of money and it made him famous. So it's, it's the whole be careful what you wish for. You want fame, but you don't always get fame on your own terms.
So you saw the David Bowie episode?
I've seen them all. I don't specifically remember that one. But...
Man. So that was great. Now, look, the other thing I like that Ricky Gervais.
Damn it.
It's not HBO?
It may be HBO.
I'm pretty sure it's HBO, but I'm not 100 on that.
Not an
So
HBO.
the other thing I liked, and it sounded like a lot what you described, is in the original British version of The Office, they came out with 2 seasons, and then I think they thought they weren't going to be renewed because they just wrote it off a cliff.
Wait, what are you talking about? I was reading Leslie. Leslie really hates Afterlife, and I kind of
It's tough, man. It beats you up. I
Yeah.
can understand why some people would hate it. It's on the cusp there, but in the original BBC version of The Office with Ricky Gervais, they wrote it off a cliff, and I think the BBC came to them unexpectedly. This is a hit. You want to do season 3? And they're like, "Have you watched it? There's not a season 3 possible. We've destroyed the show." And so I think this is what I feel like. I don't know the backstory, but it feels like they just said, "Well, can you come up with something?" And so they did 2 hour-and-a-half long sort of movies to buttress as the Office, the British version. But since the storyline was dead, what they did is they fast-forwarded it a whole year, and they did another mockumentary, like revisiting, like a flashback to the characters. And so you catch up with what they're all doing a year after they imploded the whole office. And so Ricky Gervais got a bunch of money from the show, or his character, David Brent, got a bunch of money from the show and decided he was going to try his career as a pop singer.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that movie where David Brent on tour, where because I love the British Office. I love the American Office. I love them both.
And he did the "If You Don't Know Me, My Now." That was like his video. And he's so serious.
Do you know that was him in real life?
What do you mean?
Know Ricky Gervais was an 80s new wave kind of heartthrob guy. That was originally what he tried to do.
No, I didn't know that about him. I did know in that one episode where he pulls out the guitar and starts playing it. I'm like, holy crap, this guy can really play guitar. Like, and he can kind of sing.
Hold on, I'm going to show you this. You're going to love this. Gervais, what was it be? 80s band, 80s pop video. There you go. Ricky Gervais, 80s band. We'll do that one. Dude, Ricky Gervais was like,
always unsure.
It's like a Justin Bieber.
He's okay. So I grew up in the 80s and I wasn't gay, but I'm telling you, he was hot. He was like,
sounds gay to me.
Well, I mean, Siona Dancing is the name of the band. Okay, are you seeing this?
Okay, yeah, full screen, looks good.
We'll probably never be able to monetize this because
1983.
Oh yeah. Wait till you see Ricky Gervais. This is what he originally wanted to be, and he had some success in England. I mean, he made it on TV.
Razzmatazz.
Their new single's called More to Lose, and they are
Great marquee.
I mean, they weren't just like a local pub band. They made it on a TV show.
Razzmatazz.
Okay, Ricky's singing. Look at him. How crazy is that? I mean, I could see how like chicks would dig him.
Why are there 7-year-olds in the background?
I don't know.
That is him, huh?
Yeah, that's him. He looks like Spandau Ballet, Tears for Fears, Simple Minds, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Flock of Seagulls almost.
Yeah.
That looks like Ricky Gervais's lesbian sister.
It does.
Flock of Rickies. Look at Byron. Have we ever seen Murder on the Bayou? I haven't seen that. What's Murder in the Bayou?
We're done. We're done with Ricky. But that's
now he sounds like Ricky Gervais when he got to the chorus.
How crazy is that, though? Seriously, like the Ricky Gervais that we know today, to be like, that's at one point in his life, he was like this like depressed mod who was, like it'd be like finding out that Robert Smith of The Cure was hilarious. That's just not something that I would, I could process. Because if that song had taken off, which I don't know if it did or not, but he got, like I said, got him on TV. I mean, he could have had a whole totally different career path. So it is very much like finding out that Morrissey or Robert Smith or somebody like that is actually really funny.
Yeah, and on the flip side, what if Belinda Carlisle was doing sketch comedy?
What?
Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
sweet?
right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? All right. So I don't know what the extras final movie is called, but
So yeah, when we turn 80, we're doing heroin. Is that the deal?
yeah, that's it. When we're 80, let's do heroin. Jeff Glenn and I, we already have a plan. We're formulating it. He says that we turn 80 around the same time, so let's move in together and become junkies. I'm for it. I'm all for it. Hopefully, by the time I'm 80, my kid will be successful, so I'll be like a well-known disappointment to him by that point. So he'll be taking care of me. So I'll just, hey, whatever it is that you're doing, you're successful. So you got a better chance at that because you got like 50 kids.
I got 4 chances. That's like buying 4 scratch-off tickets.
It really is. One of them is going to make enough money to take care of you. One of them,
and I can't wait to coast, man. I haven't known what that's like my entire life. I can't wait.
It's going to be nice. Yeah. Hey, let me show you something here. We're running out of time on this edition. I had a whole story that I wanted to get into. Well, so first of all, have you and the wife, this isn't what we're going to talk about unless you answer me properly. Have you and the wife, have you watched The Tinder Swindler yet on Netflix?
No.
Would you guys please watch this? Because I want
Okay.
to talk about it with you. It's just an hour and a half documentary movie about the greatest man who's ever lived.
Yeah, you told me about this and I need to watch it. I hear you.
It's insane. It's so funny. It's not supposed to be funny. It's, we're supposed to feel very sorry for these victims, but I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. If you're the kind of girl who meets a guy on Tinder, has coffee with him for 10 minutes, and then jets off with him in a private jet to Berlin for the weekend, you deserve what comes next. If you are that silly about
Pugs, that sounds like girls chasing their dreams.
Yeah.
So he swindles the first one, and then he uses that money to set up the next one, right?
Yes, yeah, it's like a Ponzi scheme. It's like a Ponzi scheme. This guy, he convinces all of these girls. Folks, if you haven't seen The Tinder Swindler, it's crazy. It's about this guy. It's about this guy who goes on Twitter and pretends to be a billionaire. And he immediately, like after one date, starts because he's a billionaire, he can do this. After one date, he starts telling these girls that he loves them and you're the one, and I don't like to waste time, and I didn't get to be who I am by wasting time, and let's move in together, let's have kids. These girls don't even know this guy. All they know is that they think he's got a lot of money. And so they fall for this.
Turns their brain off, right?
Yes, completely.
Welcome to being a guy.
And then all of a sudden, after like 3 weeks of them dating, and he's never around, he's always in a different city because, of course, he's a jet setter and this is the life that I'm going to provide you with. But in every city he's jetting around to, he's got a different girl that he's telling the same thing to. And then, he always has a backstory. There's like this backstory that, I have enemies and they're trying to shut down my diamond mines in Africa. And sometimes they say things about me and, I have to have, and he's got a bodyguard with him, Peter, this big, like creepy Russian guy that goes everywhere with him. He's like, and then he sets it up by like, telling these girls, oh my God, I was attacked tonight. And he has these stock pictures of Peter all beat up. And he's like, look what they did to Peter. And then the girls are like, oh my God, I hope you're okay, baby. I miss you. He's like, well, they've frozen my accounts. I need you to send me every dime you have. I'll give it right back to you. And then he gets these girls. One girl he got for $500,000. She took out loans. She mortgaged her house. Then he's telling them, get some credit cards. And he's doing this with like 30 different girls all around the world who all just want to be married to this. First of all, he's an idiot. He's like a total douchebag. It's like, come on, ladies. Come on. But it's, you're supposed to feel bad for him. And I don't really feel bad for him. I'm like, I can't.
They just want love. They just want the same thing everyone else wants.
No, they don't. They want money. And all of them
a ton of money.
I'm an independent woman. I don't need anyone to take care of me, but I only date billionaires. I just want a nice guy. I just want a nice guy who's going to watch movies with me and make me laugh, who's also a billionaire. It's like, it's all of this bullshit. And it's
I hear you.
Just try and fall in love and be. Leslie says Pugs wants to blame vulnerable women for being stupid, but wants us to feel sorry for personalities like Kim. Who's Kim C?
Kim Cattrall?
I don't know.
Does she mean Kim Kardashian?
Oh,
that's okay.
I don't want anybody to feel sorry for Kim K. I don't. And I'm sorry, Leslie. These women are stupid. And you're being.
That can't be right. Who's Kim C?
I don't know who Kim C is. Kim C. Leslie's got some anger today. Oh, Kim K, there we go. Of course, she's
Okay.
got some anger today. She's, you set her off. Leslie and I are long time friends. You set her off. You put her in this mood. You make her mad.
Oh
at
my
us.
God. No, look, I don't mean Leslie, don't listen to this part, please. Because I'm
Oh,
about to talk about just
yes,
don't.
because that's going to absolutely make her turn the show off.
I
You
know.
tell
It'll
her.
work. Watch this.
She's going to listen to you. She doesn't listen to any man.
Mm-hmm. I know. I know that type.
Well, I meant that as a compliment. Now you're turning it around like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Those are the ones who love me. Those are the ones who try and kiss you in the parking lot at Duke's.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's with me. Told you. Thank you.
All right. Anyway, Tinder Swindler's great. It's very entertaining. Very entertaining. And I won't spoil the ending. Some of you might be disappointed. I was thrilled. I was thrilled by the ending. I want the Tinder Swindler part 2. I want to see what else this dude's getting into.
Oh, is there a cliffhanger? You expecting it to? Is there room for it to?
Oh yeah. There's definitely room for more of his nonsense. More of his, and everybody in this thing is a piece of shit. Everybody.
That's what makes it so great, right? You don't feel bad for anybody.
I don't feel bad for any of these people.
But this is like the high. This is the top shelf version of the dude we all saw who like played guitar in a band, and so some beautiful girl let him crash in her apartment and paid all his bills, and he was just in a band, and
because he was going to make a lot of money and they were going to be taken care of.
Yeah, and he probably says very nice things to her when no one else is around, and makes her feel special and exciting, and her dad's gonna hate him.
I would like to live in a world where everybody is nice to one another. I would like to live in a world where everyone is decent to one another. But you know what? That ain't the real world. So, why not just be entertained by whatever the hell it is they're going to serve up for me? If they're going to show me people who are not good people, none of these people, these are all a bunch of mean girls. I immediately pegged most of these girls as mean girls. I was like, oh, these are mean girls.
Chasing clout, chasing money. Yeah.
Yeah, these are mean girls. And I really don't care if if they got worked over by some guy who was using their never mind. Anyway, watch it because I want to break it down with you. I want to talk about the Tinder Swindler, and I can't.
I'm on it.
Nobody's seen it. And I'm telling you, you and the lovely life, you'll enjoy it.
Well, it's good that it gives the people watching some time to check it out too.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it is good. Also, I'm watching Reacher. Reacher on Prime.
Yeah, I haven't got into that one either.
It's good. It's
okay.
Good. Yeah.
I'm still rolling through Money Heist, Ozark, and we're watching another one.
Ozark yet?
Huh?
You haven't finished Ozark yet? Isn't it like just 6 episodes or something?
Yeah, I think we're on 4.
Okay. All right.
We can't stop watching Money Heist though, and that's in season 3 for us.
You want to know? You want to know the kind of woman I think is sexy?
Tokyo.
Ruth Langmore.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
A woman like that, strong, powerful, gonna put everybody in her place. I love me some Ruth. You know who wouldn't have gotten taken by the Tinder Swindler? Ruth Langmore. Ruth Langmore would not have gotten taken by the Tinder Swindler.
Apparently, Leslie thinks we need to watch Murder in the Bayou. So yes, Leslie, we'll watch it just because you said so.
What is Murder in the Bayou? Okay, I'll look that up.
It's about Jennings, Louisiana, 8 women dead.
Ooh, is it a docudrama? Because I'm like somehow I'm really into like docudramas now.
Oh, my wife loves those. Wife loves solving mysteries. Scooby-Doo for adults, bud. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this whole true crime kind of thing. Speaking of that, have you seen the Kristen Bell Netflix movie that is a parody of the true crime genre? It's called The Woman in the Window Across the Street from the Girl in the Window Over There or something like that.
The wife is watching that, so I've sat through like an episode and a half.
It's good. Wait a second. I thought it was just a movie. I thought oh no, that's right. They're half-hour episodes. That's right. Yeah, I've only watched 2 of them, but then Reacher came out, so I jumped into Reacher. But yeah, I'm enjoying that as well.
There's so much good stuff to watch, isn't there?
There is. It's peak TV.
It is.
Man, okay. So I wanted to talk about this girl. We're not going to get to it, but it's trending.
Done.
It's trending. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. But there's this girl in Fort Worth named Brittany Dawn Davis. And Brittany Dawn Davis is a 30-year-old I mean, you just again, she would fall victim to the Tinder swindler. She is one of these. She's an influencer. She's an Instagram fitness influencer who has been charging people like money to be their personal fitness coach and life coach, and she has no credentials. She has nothing. She's just a complete fraud. She's like every horrible girl that you've ever run into in Uptown. You know, she's just like
Okay.
she's like, you know, she's got everything. Here, I'll just show it to you, and then you figure out. Actually, no, I won't. I'll tease it because it is trending, so I'll probably talk about it tomorrow. But she's out there in Fort Worth, and she was a fitness person, and now the state of Texas is suing her for like $100 million or something like that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, because she told everybody, she started it on Facebook. She had a Facebook, I'll help you become the best you. You know, she's one of those people like a Tony Robbins type, but it's all bullshit. She's all just making it up as she goes. And she's very pretty. You know, she's Texas pretty. Like she's pretty, but she's also trying really hard. Like, you know, she goes to the store dressed like she's going to prom, you know, that kind of a thing. And seems very shallow, and she seems very money oriented. You know, everything's about labels and brands. So she's one of these people. And she promised all these just people with eating disorder, like she's taking advantage of like 500-pound people who want to be like her, you know, taking their money, promise them all this personalized stuff. And the state of Texas went, you ain't giving them any personal stuff. We're suing you. So the attorney general is suing her, and she got in trouble. And she's trending today. It's a big story that's breaking today. But then, because they shut her down with her self-help, guess what she did? She took a couple of weeks off, and then she reinvented, and now she's back on Facebook doing it again. But guess what she is now? She's a church. She's a Christian New You person. And now suddenly she's all about Jesus, and Jesus can help you look like me. You know, it's like all of this kind of stuff. Oh, it's crazy. Her name is Brittany Dawn Davis. She's trending today. I wanted to talk about her with you. I'm sure she'll be trending tomorrow. But we've got to, you and I, maybe tomorrow, we got to pull this apart. But also, I want you to watch the Tinder Swindler. So, you know, you got a couple of assignments here.
Damn, dude. That's a lot of homework.
Well, Brittany Dawn Davis isn't homework.
I have a job.
It's just an article that you'll read.
Okay. Well, the other thing's not an article.
No, but you have a wife, and you're going to go climb into bed with her right now. And, you know, if you don't have sex, you're probably going to watch something.
We already did that today.
Tinder Swindler. The 10 o'clock at night, pop on Tinder Swindler. You're going to love it. Seriously, you're going to love it. And you'll be texting me in the next 45 minutes going, this is crazy. I'll be like, yeah, I know. It's kind of awesome, isn't it?
Okay. Tinder Swindler. Sounds good.
All right. There you go. Tinder Swindler. Were you ever on any of those dating apps or anything?
No. The dating apps are after I met the wife. So,
Yeah, they came out.
Oh, I have enjoyed watching my friends over their shoulder go through the process, though, because it is a very conversational process. And so your friends are like, what do you think about her? 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 And so
I was on one of them. I won't say which one. One of the more mainstream ones. I did it for about 2 years. I went on like 3 dates a week. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Apps aside, the thing I've heard the best about is Match.com. It's not people just trying to smash.
That might be, yeah.
Who knows? Just throwing it out there. But Tinder and the apps, like the faster it is, the more it's just for hookups.
Right. Tinder is more like for skanks.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't want that.
Yeah, it's just finding a hole. Right. But Match, man, these guys have like 8 chicks at a time, it seems, and like I meet them and they're real, and it's fantastic. So, yeah, no, I missed it. I missed the golden age of dating apps.
It's it's fun. I had nothing but good experiences. I didn't meet anybody that I really wanted. I think that's why you're on that thing, because I didn't really want a relationship. I just wanted to go on dates. I just wanted to go out and date people, and I'd go on like 2-3 dates a week, and then I'd maybe date the same person.
See, that sounds like a defense mechanism that you're like preemptively shielding yourself from rejection. I didn't want to do anything long term anyway. I just wanted to meet someone and spend some quality time with a stranger.
Well, no,
Interesting
there is no aversion to meeting somebody wonderful. It's just if you go in with the
Of course
expectation,
not. Nobody
right?
has an aversion to
I
that.
mean,
But
no. So I was absolutely open to having my socks knocked off. What I'm saying is that it didn't happen, and I wasn't really counting on it to happen. But I did have fun. It's
okay.
fun to go out and
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
drink
is.
with
Dude.
strangers and get to know them. And yeah, no, I still have a bunch of these people are still my friends. One of them actually is getting married, and apparently I'm invited to the wedding. I don't live in that city anymore, but so because we're friends now on the Twitter.
Counts. Hey, these are legit friends these days.
Yeah, no, they are, and so what? We went out.
What does John Hinckley think?
John Hinckley thinks that it's a never-ending quest when you're dealing with those dating apps. All right, guys. All right, bye, James. There he goes, folks. I am feeling like trash, so I'm gonna go to bed. Ugh. I wish to God I could find extras. Ricky Gervais's Extras is so good. I don't know if you ever saw it. I think it was an HBO series. He plays a guy who's an actor. He's a classically trained actor and can't get his break. So he's kind of become the king of the extras. He's funny. It's very funny. A lot of big celebrities playing themselves in it. Tomorrow, please join us for High Noon. Check out the Tinder Swindler. I think you'll like it. You may not like it for the same reasons that I like it, but I have been told from other people who didn't like it for the same reasons that I like it, that it's actually good, and that it's good. I'm just, bitter when it comes to a certain class of female. Not all females. I think women are wonderful. I think that there are some incredible women out there. And I also think that just like there are some asshole dudes, there are some asshole girls. And in my opinion, Tinder Swindler featured some asshole girls who got taken by an asshole dude. So there you go. Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be like 70 tomorrow? My heat is cranking. But it's cranking because I got a cold. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, folks. We do this every Monday through Thursday evening. Pugs and Parker's Pillow Pundits here on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. And tomorrow we do High Noon. It's another day. Ricky Gervais was like an emo 80s new wave guy. That was weird. Funny, actually. Whoa! I got nothing else. I hope you're well. I hope to see you tomorrow at High Noon. Right here. Same place. Different time, though. Now it's awkward. I should have just gone away like 3 minutes ago. But I can't. So I will now. Bye, everybody. I am on a never-ending quest.